I need to think about this.
Don't worry, just have a crack at it.
Do you want me to answer that? Or do you want to?
No, I got it. I got it.
Yeah.
I just got to think about it.
Just at your own time, just when you're ready.
We sold our property that we had in Hamilton that we were living in, which was my first house. And then following that, we were just sort of looking for properties that were cash flow positive, that needed a renovation, so something we could add value to. And then we would refinance, pull out the equity and do it again.
The reason I haven't bought anything, or we haven't bought anything more recently, is we had a really aggressive growth phase for about 2 years where we purchased as much as we possibly could with the equity and the cash that we had. We got to a point where our lending got tapped out from the banks, so we couldn't get any more money to purchase again. And the deals that we were finding in the marketplace were getting a lot worse in terms of cash flow. So the motivation for us to go out and be really aggressive to continue purchasing has softened with the market getting worse and the numbers not stacking up as well. What needs to change for us to start investing again is we had a really aggressive growth phase for 2 years. So for us, we're in a sort of consolidation period where we're building our equity back up, we're building our cash reserves back up, we're waiting for the market to get a little bit better in terms of yields. And then once that happens, we'll be in a position to purchase again once a few sort of lending criteria have changed as well will help. A good investment is something that produces a positive cash flow every week, so it puts money in your pocket. For a lot of people, they'll buy something that's negatively geared or doesn't produce an income in the hope that it goes up in the future, which I think is a really risky strategy, especially with the interest rates going up. If the top up that you have to do every month or every week goes to a certain level, you could be under a lot of stress. So you're purely hoping that the value of your property is going to go up in time, which it may or may not.
There are investors out there currently at risk. I think like people who bought in like the last 1 to 2 years when the property market was booming, when interest rates were low, and now interest rates have gone up. If they'd bought negatively geared properties that they're having to like top up their mortgage, and if they had multiple of those, then I think people, now that interest rates are higher, will be hurting a little bit. Where we found our investment properties was first in Dunedin, and then we went to sort of like Southland, and then sort of around Canterbury, and then Waikato as well. The reasons for that is that yields seem to be better there. Like house prices were generally a little bit cheaper and rents stacked up, so that seemed like, yeah, the cash flow was much better. I don't think anyone really knows what will happen in the next year or two. I mean, people can make predictions, but we don't really care what happens, whether the market goes up, down, or stays the same. We buy for cash flow and add value, so yeah, I don't think it really makes a difference for us personally.
It's really important that if you are looking to start investing or you're early into your investing career, that you do your research and find a mentor or someone that's done what you want to achieve and get their advice and get their help. Don't blindly go into a strategy or buy a property that you think is going to go up in value without knowing the numbers and without knowing exactly what your plan is, because you want to make sure that your next purchase isn't your last purchase, or if it's your first purchase, you want to make sure that that sets you up for your second and third purchase so you don't get stuck.